Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is an advent countdown project, and this is what I'm calling my giant chocolate box. And originally I was working off this as inspiration, and this is a box of little individual chocolates, and I often send these out. I package them up and pop them in the post to customers and you know, to say thank you. And I liked the size of the box and I thought that was great. And I decided that, you know, I kind of liked the window, but I liked my original lantern boxes. Now, I've been making those for about 18 months. They were one of my very first video projects for a chandler friend of mine, actually. And I decided I was going to do it again. But this time with the very big, very lovely Christmas paper, whose name's just fallen out of my head. Get back in the head. What's it called? Under the Tree. This is the specialty paper. My brain's gone to mush. And I want to show you how to make it. So I'm going to put that to one side. It needs a piece of cardstock that is 10.5 by 11 inches. And now I've got more of the paper, and obviously with this one it was a pattern that didn't matter whether you went around that way or that way. You need to have the shorter side. This is the short side, so my images are going up the length. So this is my 10.5 inch side, which is 27.5 centimetres. 10.5, and that is my 11 inch side, which interestingly, if you're doing a metric version, is also 27.5. Trust me, there was a reason for that. It said that you weren't working in tiny little increments. Okay, so we're going to work on the long side first, so remembering that this is my long side. The first score lines come at 2.5 inches, then at 7 3/4 inch, and then at 10.25 inches. And in metric, and like I say, yours is 27.5 by 27.5. To keep it simple, you're scoring at 6.5, 6.5, 19.5 and 25.5. And then turn it round, and I will tell you the finished dimensions in a minute. On the short side, and this is the shorter one, you score it at 2.5, 5, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? 7.5 and 10. And in metric that is 6.5, 13, 19.5 and 26 centimetres. Okay, while I'm folding and burnishing these score lines, I will tell you what the finished dimensions of this is. It is 2.5 inches round, and it is to the first score line 5.25 inches. Or to the very top here, it is 7.25 inches, and in metric it is 6.5 centimetres that way, and that way it's 13 centimetres or 19.5. So that's how big it is. So you fit a lot of chocolates in there. I've got all these punches on here, I'm stopping myself from working. This paper is not really paper. It's thicker than cardstock. I would say it's even thicker than our craft card. And I could see it on one of the papers that I was working with yesterday. I don't know how well you can see it on here. It's almost fibrous, and it's almost like it's almost like very thin bark off a tree. But that is so thick, and it's not hard to work with, but you do have to have a little bit of welly behind you. You have to have a bit of strength, I think. Okay, right. I'm going to punch my holes in first, and I am working with the 1 3/8 inch circle here, and then the one going round it is the 1 3/4 inch circle. So I have got my punch, and I'm going to make a template, because that will tell me where I need to punch. So a little bit of snail on the back of that, and I'm going to work off a not quite so busy side. And I had it down at the bottom before, I like it at the bottom. So you just position that one where you want it to go, and then pop it out, and then after this you just fold over, and then you're using the hole that you created before as your guide. And just keep going around. And the very first one I did with this, yes, it was for Sandy, and it held a votive holder. For those of you who like, who send out candles as votive holders, go and have a look back. I want to say it was about May last year, possibly June. Okay, right, bits to remove. So this is the bottom of the box. So we've got a thin section here, and then a square, and then the long. So this one here, that's the bottom. I'm just trying to tilt it to see if you can see it. It's a big piece of paper. So remove the skinny one. And then cut up the other score lines. Okay, and I'm going to put that together in a minute because I'm running out of room on my desk and I need to stamp. So the stamping. This is the Cheerful Tag stamp set, and it's got this image here that matches our note tag punch, which is this one here, and I can't remember which one is on a bundle. One of them is on a bundle. It's either this one or it's the Cheerful, what's it called, Cheerful Tags? I've just put it away on my shelves. Merry Everything. It's either this one, no, that's Cheerful Tags. It's either Cheerful Tags and Merry Everything comes on a bundle with this one. I can't remember, you'll have to look in the catalogue. But it's, you know, get them all anyway. They're fabulous. So I'm going to stamp onto crumb cake cardstock, and because this is Cherry Cobbler, I'm going to stamp Cherry Cobbler onto it. And I'm taking the image here for the background and stamp that one down. I do love these photopolymer stamps, you can see everything. And then the Holiday Cheer, stamp that one down. Cut this one, let's move that out of the way before I stick fingers and stuff in it. Cut this one out with the note tag, and you'll see that actually there is no border around it. So often some of our punches you get a border around it, this one doesn't, cuts it all. Large oval punch, perfect fit. And then scalloped tag, no, scalloped oval. And then I'm now going to create all my little windows for here, which are going to go around this section. And what you do is you take your 1 3/8 of an inch circle punch, punch a hole, and then come in with your 1 3/4 inch scallop circle and go round it. So that then will sit over my window. So I will do another one. I'll only do 2 because you don't want to watch me do 4. So there you go. It just goes around it. So you have to punch your hole first, not the, you know, not the outer bit, and then try and hold it. Okay, so seriously, my desk is cluttered. It's because I've got something in here that I want to make a project with. Anybody got any ideas? Any ideas? What to do with the Kilner jar? The project I had in mind isn't going to work. Right. So a little bit of two-way glue onto my scallopy circly bits, and then over the window, over the hole. And you've got a tiny little bit of wibble room there. And then a bit more over here. Do it on the one next to it. Would it probably look quite good if you did the circles and the flowers in craft card? Because it's craft card that's this paler colour. There we go, that's so cool. Right, to build this, you most definitely cannot build this box up with something lightweight like snail. You definitely need sticky strip or fuse. I'm coming in with the sticky strip today. Yeah, it's got to be something strong. I don't even know that Tombow, I think you would have to sit for quite a long time to wait for the Tombow to dry if you were going to use that. So definitely a quick dry, super strong adhesive. And let's peel the backing of that off. Oh, I've just thought my nails match my project. Isn't that fun? I don't often use Cherry Cobbler on video. It's a shame because it's actually my favourite colour. There we go, and then fold your sides in, your bottom in. This is going to be the front, So I want to put some sticky strip on that bit as well. And obviously if you're going to have lots of stuff inside, oh that's a bit of a stingy piece. If you're going to put something really heavy inside, so maybe you were going to do, you know, a pillar candle or something like that, or a bottle of homemade jam or something, you would put adhesive on all of the parts of this. Okay, pinch in the sides and it will stop there. So that's, oh, it's going to pop open. That's what makes it the lantern style, because it looks like a hanging lantern. Punch some holes in the top. Where's my hole punch? It's over here. You need a strong one. So I'm going to punch. Look at that, it's popping. Can you hear it? It's the cardstock. I'm going to punch some holes in here. And then tie some ribbon, and this time I've chosen, I have got the cherry cobbler ribbon, but I haven't taken the sheer linen thread, sheer linen ribbon, which is in the catalogue. It was just, I felt it was too big for this particular project. Although obviously you will see it featured throughout my Advent Countdown. Okay, let's tie a bow. That's a rubbish bow. One day I will tie a decent bow. And then put all of these bits together. Dimensionals for everything. Let's bring in the original again so you can have a look at it. So I want to put this one up on a dimensional. So that over the centre of this. And then onto my tag, my note tag punch out. And I've got a button ready prepped up. So I've got my cherry cobbler button from the Regals collection with a bit of linen thread tied on. Mini glue dot on the back. Up on there. Dimensionals perhaps on here? Yeah, why not? We'll just use dimensionals for everything because they're fabulous. And that, if you keep it at the same jaunty angle, will keep your wording straight so that you look at it. Well, that's a bit wibbly because I'm looking down on it wibbly. But you've got the tag at a funny angle, a quirky angle. Anyway, I hope you like it. I hope you like it with a little window part. You could put window sheets behind if you wanted to. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.